drones have found their place in the sky for fun, business, and even saving lives. Drones are surveying construction sites, speeding up building inspections, monitoring wind farms, and inspecting solar farms. Agricultural drones are improving crop yields with pinpoint monitoring and spraying. And public safety agencies use drones to find missing people, fight fires, and protect first responders. Around the world, drones have helped rescue more than 250 people from peril. Drones are doing great things for society. And with more drones doing great things than ever before, our challenge is to keep the skies safe. That's why DJI took the initiative. We lead the drone industry in developing safety solutions. DJI's geofencing system keeps drones away from airport flight paths, but allows authorized pilots to fly drones in sensitive areas. DJI pioneered automatic return-to-home systems, mandatory altitude limits, obstacle detection and avoidance, and a knowledge quiz for first-time pilots. Our Aeroscope system allows authorities to protect sensitive areas by remotely identifying drones and monitoring their flight paths. And DJI AirSense warns drone pilots of nearby helicopters and airplanes, helping them maintain safe separation. There's more for everyone to do. DJI, the drone industry, and government regulators. Our 10-point drone safety plan outlines common sense steps for all of them. Drones are doing amazing things. We're glad to do our part to help keep the skies safe in the drone era.
The future of aviation involves drones working collaboratively with traditional aircraft. For years, DJI has been on the leading edge of innovation, especially when it comes to safety. From automatic return to home, to altitude limits, to obstacle avoidance, to our pioneering of geofencing. Now we're taking the next step, giving almost all drone pilots the ability to detect airplanes and helicopters that are flying nearby. We call that DJI AirSense. AirSense uses a special signal called ADS-B that airplanes and helicopters transmit to show their location. When AirSense receives an ADS-B signal, the DJI mobile app alerts the pilot with enough time to take action. ADS-B was designed for airplanes and helicopters, but already there are more drones in the sky than either of them.
Drones are going to play a very significant role in the continued evolution of aviation. And we, as an industry, all need to figure out how we adapt to that.
Well, safety is the #1 fundamental aspect of aviation. DJI has done a really good job of being very inclusive and collaborating with the manned aviation community.
The FAA is requiring traditional aircraft to install ADS-B transmitters by the year 2020. There's no mandate for drones to have ADS-B receivers, but DJI wants to be a good partner in the use of airspace. That's why we're building AirSense into almost all of our drones.
I think AirSense is going to be very beneficial to pilots like me that use drones responsibly. It'll give more situational awareness and visibility to the drone user that otherwise they might not have.
AirSense is already installed in DJI's newest systems, like the Matrice 200 series and the Mavic 2 Enterprise. And now, DJI is committing to installing AirSense in all the drones it makes over 250 grams.
DJI's decision to equip the majority of its drones with ADS-B is a very positive development and an important safety improvement in the use of drones in the national airspace system.
Safety really is the most important thing. So when we design and implement our safety features, we always have as the top priority contributing to the safety of the airspace that we share.
Drone technology has evolved rapidly over the past decade. What was once a niche consumer hobby has become a trusted technology and an essential advantage for commercial and government entities around the world. DJI has developed a new hardware and software solution that allows government agencies to confidently use drone technology while keeping in accordance with stringent IT and data security requirements. We call it DJI Government Edition.
It actually allows us to tell our clients that all of their telemetry data, meaning where the drone is flying, is stored securely and not shared with anyone but them.
To government clients, data security is everything. They care greatly about the data that's captured on the drone itself, where it is downloaded, where it's to be managed and stored.
In developing a new solution for government use, the drone itself does not require activation with DJI and is shipped with custom firmware. This firmware prevents inadvertent or malicious data breaches by ensuring drones and their remote controllers will not pair with off-the-shelf components. A custom DJI Pilot Flight Control app has also been modified to permanently enable local data mode. This feature ensures data security by preventing any connection from the app to DJI servers.
Having Government Edition will allow us more control over that process, so avoiding automatic firmware updates that can potentially impact our operational schedule is important. It's also important to government customers.
Allowing the government to test their own firmware and navigate that directly is important because I think it fits into their overall protocol and compliance.
Have their IT security department screen the software before it goes onto the fleets. Once people start utilizing the technology, they want to infuse it as a whole into their organization.
The ability to collect high-quality imagery everywhere, anywhere, I think is going to be very attractive for our customers and for government.
With this new Government Edition, we are addressing many of the challenges that off-the-shelf drone technology has presented, and it will allow governments and enterprises of all sizes and complexities to harness the true power of drone technology.
As the world population continues to grow, we need innovative ways to feed more people sustainably. That means leveraging intelligence in the agriculture industry to make operations smarter and more efficient. Meet the new tool that makes your workflow intelligent, the DJI P4 Multispectral. A high-precision, multispectral drone solution designed to get you agricultural insights for targeted action. The P4 Multispectral retains the same powerful performance as DJI's other drones, integrating a multispectral imaging system that lets you see more than just visible light. Monitor crop health throughout growing seasons by generating vegetation index maps using multispectral images. Get accurate, consistent results thanks to the integrated spectral sunlight sensor that accounts for different levels of sunlight during different times of the day. Achieve centimeter-level precision with the RTK module and DJI's TimeSync system, allowing you to get accurate positioning data on both the RGB and multispectral images captured. DJI's iconic drone platforms have evolved for the world of work. The P4 Multispectral is an accessible tool you can rely on to collect plant-level intelligence for agricultural uses and beyond.
When I was a kid, every time an airplane would fly over, I would just look up and just watch it. And it wasn't just a quick glance up. I've always had a knack for airplanes. I always wondered how they stay up there. I have definitely been fascinated by airplanes my whole life. The first time I saw an aircraft coming at me to the hangar is mind-boggling. You smell the smell of an engine just shutting down. Engine exhaust, jet fuel. You kind of have to have a knack for that stuff. People who do this job, which the outside world really doesn't know about, are really passionate about what they do.
American Airlines is the largest global airline. We have over 6,000 flights and we service over 350 destinations daily.
On any given day, we can generally see anywhere from 16 to 20 airplanes. During routine maintenance here, if we see any defects on the aircraft, that will entail us to get into a more detailed inspection, which we would have to get some kind of equipment to get up to those heights to inspect the damage. The current methods that we use today are very labor intensive and it requires multiple people to accomplish the inspection.
The idea for using drones for aircraft maintenance inspections evolved over time. I think looking at the technology, I realized that there was potential for using that for visual inspections.
Now we're going to test DJI drones and how they can give our mechanics a view from above while allowing them to inspect it from the ground.
In theory, the drones would be doing more of the work flying in the air over the aircraft, while our mechanics are on the ground, being able to look at the images and process those images and do repairs if needed.
That was the first time I saw the drone being used in an enterprise. It really opened my eyes to the possibility of drones.
Being able to use this technology and have the video and photos from the drones would have a lot of benefit over time. You can see the health of the aircraft and do a lot of analysis.
Drones have exceeded my expectations. 6 years ago, they were a novelty, and I never imagined that we would actually be using them in our business. The opportunities that drones have is really exciting for us at American.
One of the big problems with hurricanes in North Carolina is the amount of flooding that we get and all the damage that comes along with that.
We got a hurricane coming. We got drones. How can we help?
We decided that the first thing to do after a hurricane passes is to start getting our drone teams deployed. We want people to get back on the roads. We want our transportation system to be running smoothly.
There was a massive effort. 15 teams were deployed all over North Carolina during and after the hurricane. They set up a command center within Division Aviation. It was a 7 to 10 day process.
On Monday, when the skies finally cleared, we were hitting the ground running. And that week, we flew over 250 missions with drones.
We were able to direct aid into certain areas that needed them rapidly. We're also able to present live video back to the command center. State leaders were able to make calls and look at different areas of flooding.
I-40, a major corridor in our state, 3 miles of it was underwater.
We had power outages. Some part of our cities were disconnected because the interstate was shut because of the flooding.
We would share that live feed with basically the decision makers in downtown Raleigh, and then eventually had to shut the road down. But we were able to plan ahead to say, okay, we need to find another artery through Lenoir County because the water's coming.
Our general public, through news and media, were able to see all the coverage that the drones were providing during the hurricane relief. They were able to provide real-time feed on the state of their property, their belongings, instantly, versus we've got to wait a few days or hopefully somebody will fly over and capture a glimpse of where we live. And they were able to direct teams into certain areas, and we were able to gather that data and provide it instantly.
The perception of the use of drones has changed dramatically because we're able to use it as a tool and really educate the public. We're also able to use it as a tool to help rescue folks that were stranded, and we're able to use it to help assess our transportation corridors and infrastructure, and ultimately allow folks to get back into those affected communities.
We are witnessing a rebirth of aviation through unmanned aviation.
I think that it really opened the door for a positive spotlight for the state.